room this. After all, it is a chocolate factory.
Then why is the door so small?
It's to keep all the great big chocolatey flavor inside.
For the indigenous people, cocoa was reserved for royals, nobility, and priests. It was thought to confer wisdom, vitality, and luck. When Hernando Cortez arrived in Mexico, he realized the importance of cocoa for the indigenous people and became very interested in the cocoa plantation because it was something he could use as an exchange for gold. The Spaniards brought chocolate back to Europe with them, where it became a sweet delicacy among the aristocracy and wealthy. Using cocoa beans cultivated in Mesoamerica, European chocolatiers created today's sweet chocolate.
What is that amazing smell? Chocolate!
In towns across England and the United States, a series of extraordinary innovations would alter the way people lived and worked for the next 150 years. Inventors had found new ways to harness nature's energy. They built new kinds of machines, powered by water, steam, and coal.
When Milton Hershey built his factory, milk chocolate was a delicacy enjoyed primarily by the wealthy. But by developing his own special formulations and manufacturing techniques, he proved that milk chocolate could be made and shipped all over America at a price most people could afford.
First, cocoa trees are grown in tropical climates. Then the cocoa pods of the trees are split open with a machete. The white pulp containing the cocoa bean is removed onto banana leaves. The white pulpy seeds are covered with banana leaves, fermented for 5 days, and then roasted in the sun. Cocoa beans are then shipped to a production plant in America, repeating patterns of the triangular trade. Like Marx noted in the Industrial Revolution and its consequences, the triangular trade refers to a set of trade processes between the global South and the global North during the 15th and 18th centuries. Raw materials and labor are extracted from global South countries of Africa or Latin America and then shipped to the global North countries like the United States or Europe for production. In the production plant, the beans are cleaned and then roasted. The outer shell is removed, producing cocoa nibs. The nibs are milled into a liquid. The hydraulic press removes cocoa butter out of the chocolate liqueur. Chocolate liqueur is mixed with condensed milk and sugar, forming chocolate paste. After re-adding cocoa butter, the mixture is then conched, which is circular movements with low heat to develop more flavors. Finally, the chocolate mixture is refined, poured into molds, cooled, and packaged.
Well, this is easier. Yeah, we can handle it, okay?
The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. The United States...
What's this? This meatloaf.
Yup, not again.
Hey, how about these? Hershey's. Here we go. Smells good, man.
The product itself is one of the most successful billboards of all time.
and its relationship with America is so overwhelmingly positive that everyone in this room has their own story to tell. It could be rations in the heat of battle or in the movie theater on first date, but most of them are from childhood. Mine was my father.
Like Karl Marx noted in The Commodity, fetishizing commodities imparts on emotional and non-inherent significance to a commodity. Chocolate is often racialized. Early Hershey poster ads depict only rosy-cheeked white children. Hershey has also been fetishized as a bar that one can purchase for happiness and joy.
No matter how hard you try, you can't hide a Hershey smile. You can frown full of face, but once you get the taste, you can't hide a Hershey smile.
Hershey's make smiles. Smiles make more smiles.
But there's nothing sweet about child labor.
GDP growth rate of 7.4. Ghana was number 2 in West Africa after Sierra Leone, whose annual growth rate was over 9% figure, and the report showed. And then it goes on blah 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 to say that we are not doing bad. So then if I come back to this page, it says World Bank cautions Ghana on rising debt. Are we doing fine or are we not doing fine?
Despite Ghana's success, it still has a growing debt to pay off from the IMF.
Right now, they've been going to the IMF. It's not it's not free lunch. They are giving you conditionalities. So the question is that on your own, you could have taken certain decisions to identify certain priority areas, inject capital in there, but you didn't. Now the IMF is telling you that, look, do this before we do this. Do this before we do. I mean, it's a big shame.
The main ways the IMF encourages repayment from Ghana is through restrictions on government spending and through the growth of cash crops like cocoa. In return for the high taxes it can place on these cocoa plantations, Ghana and Côte d'Ivoire turn a blind eye towards the inner runnings of the cocoa business. These cocoa plantations often source their labor from enslaving and buying children from the neighboring and much poorer Burkina Faso. Instead of going to school, these children are forced to do labor-intensive work, often using machetes and dangerous chemicals.
We come across 4 little boys and a man. They all come from Burkina Faso. They don't seem to be on vacation. The plantation worker says the children are aged 10 to 12. None of the children goes to school or can speak the local language. According to international labor laws, this is illegal.
In order to ensure that you're not buying chocolate made with child labor and slavery, you should always buy fair trade chocolate. This guarantees that the farmers are paid a livable wage and children are not used in the making of it. Major companies like Cadbury have received their fair trade certification.